Whoa, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and we're gonna take on the Aizen fight in Tower 25. This fight is one of those ones that demands quite a bit of reflexive training from the player, quite a bit of an eagle eye. I think that one thing I would like to see, and as we get blasted there, it's crazy that this run ended up going as well as it did because that was a big mistake. But one thing I would like to see, and again, we take a hit there, but I would like to see the maybe the counter state. I don't see people talking about this much, but the counter flash being a little more obvious through the effects. Maybe we need a better audio cue, maybe something like that. But the counter flash does get a little lost in the music here, and I don't think it's like, oh, you know, using this would like make the game too easy. Genuinely, it's just that like sometimes, I mean, there are a lot of effects going on at once, man. Like if my Aizen is over here throwing, you know, purple blades around, and I'm supposed to see like the white flash in that hail of purple, it is a little difficult from a clarity level. And my Aizen was doing this little like bugged animation the entire fight. He was whipping his little sword out, dude. He was fucking the Shikai was looking a little limp out here, man. What's going on? You getting up there in age, Aizen? Like it's getting harder these days. But here we go with that rotation I showed in my my video the other day when people asked like what's the rotation with Momo and Aizen. I mean, this video will sort of stand as that. I do decide to go with Szayel's counter there because I do like his counter. I like his counter a lot for it enables his detonation, the special intel, and the buffs and the like. I do like using his counter. I could have easily swapped into someone else, but it feels like it does a nice serviceable amount of damage as well as applying your buff. So I do decide to go with his, and this is where we start to really ramp up the damage. And it was after that rotation that I became a believer. For a little bit, I was like, I don't know if I really got it. Like this Aizen fight, you kind of don't do any damage, it feels like, and then you like explode and you can like gauge if you have the damage or not. Here we go, we decide to go with the box, you know, put the stick in the box, had to lick with the box, of course, and we go with the counters before going into the actual, you know, ultimate state. Yeah, there's a little freaky animation again, and here we go, pounding away. And did I miss something there? No, I got him. Okay. And we go into ult here, just trying to build up enough of that gauge. I don't think we get the full one in this one, which is really sad. But it is sort of what it is. This is one of the weaknesses of Szayel, by the way, is that he doesn't have a full screen freeze on his technique. And look at that. Oh, getting hit by that is so dire. That's so dire. We just cash out. We just cash out, and it was right here that I started thinking maybe I made too many mistakes. But as I saw that HP bar, a minute left to do 9 HP bars, we're hopeful. We go into the ult here. This timing feels really good. This is a lot of why you don't really need ult charge on this character. This is why his B2 doesn't really matter, but we do catch that. We eye it at the very end, and I think that parry is very decisive. I mean, you see we're about to reach 1 minute, and we haven't affected that 9 HP bar. We see him starting up again, and right here we catch him again. Very important because we have to break. And at this point, I was like, that's like Christmas is canceled. We're gonna go into the Hado number 90. We're gonna go into the ultimate. We get our buffs up. We go into Szayel, and now it is sort of like Christmas is up. We're canceling Christmas. We're shutting that shit down. We made the boss call. We said, get that fucking tree out of Madison Square Garden. Put that shit away. No more of this hot H here. Grinch steals that shit. We are packing him up. I remember that I did not even go into the box with Aizen yet, and yeah, it's getting pretty dire. We got one more tick here. All buffs up. Aizen's about to put that boy away, and we're gonna go to the post game here. 2700, 2 bars left, wiped out an easy 6 or 7 bars in one go. We dodge his Hado number 90, and we wrap up. So after we do our last little barrage here, we probably switch it to Aizen, and we're gonna go like James A. Janice from Dead Meat. let's get to them numbers. I'll see you over there. And there you have it. I mean, Aizen and Szayel doing what they came to do. I mean, it's not really like contingent on playing perfectly. We did get the parries that we needed, but that's just playing the fight. I mean, at some point, you have to get better at the fight. You have to hit the parries when you need to. Aizen and Ulquiorra do demand that from you, and it's why I think that once Bleach Soul Resonance continues to pad out its content, we're going to see bosses that are actually looking to kill you, like Aizen, like Ulquiorra. But beyond that, I mean, did they just not do what they came to do? Aizen up from like 70 million or something, 80 million usually, like averagely when it comes to these fights, with the help of Szayel. It's why I said before, and it's why I'll continue to say, that this idea that you can just go for Aizen and you can skip Szayel, I mean, it's obvious that, like, for the average, like, very, very casual player who's just here to pull their favorite characters, who doesn't really care about making an account that's this or that, it's obvious that characters like Szayel, characters like Mayuri, characters like Soifon might not be that exciting for them. But if you're trying to build a well-rounded account, I mean, what more proof do you need? With Momo, who I haven't touched her gear in a long time. Let's actually go look at their gear, because I'm going to start with the fight in this one. But there is 25 done. 25 officially done. We can look at our tower ranking. We're now top 43. There it is, right? I mean, top 43. We did not. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably going to have like, we'll probably have cleared this with B6 Aizen or something, but in totality, we're a top 43 person on the server, and we're a free-to-play account, right? This is a B0, B2 averagely account. This is not an account where, you know, all of my characters are B4 and the like. If you have an Aizen, if you've been pulling on Aizen every time he's returned, you decimated that one. But for me, I don't have Boundary 1. I don't have Boundary 4. You know, those big hallmark Aizen ones, right? So I don't know. It looks good to me. We can see no boundaries on Szayel as well. And instead of going with a Toshido or a Yutahara, I did consider Yutahara. I did. I decided to go with a Momo. I did get her boundary 6, I think, during the last summoning session. I could be wrong, but this gives her damage. Doesn't really matter. This is the important one. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's not her. I'm sorry. It's not her thing. It's actually her core stamp. I got her core stamp the rest of the way. So she should be up to 24% crit rate now. Is that what she gives to the team? Something around that ballpark. But look at her gear. Terrible gear. Defense main stat. Crit rate is fine here. Ultimate charge here. It boosted defense. This character is from when I was playing the game at the very start. When Toshido first came out, we got this character for free. I gave her this so that she could have her hidden wisdom up, and that. The rest is history, right? So not exactly an explosive demonstration of like, oh, she, like, even the Momo's like top geared. No. We did go with the Mayuri bond here. You can see during battle, teammates other than yourself gain crit damage. That's 40%. That's for Aizen. We still don't have his core stamp, by the way. No core stamp run. If we get the core stamp, that run goes way smoother. But we can see the stats here. 182 crit damage, 128% ult charge, and the attack breakpoint at 5400, though it is 5280, I think. With Aizen, we've got nearly 5,000 attack. I mean, 4 off, let's call that an even 5,000. We've got over 50, or over 80, right? Yeah, 81 crit rate, plus Momo, and then we've got crit damage 142, and actually spirit damage as well, 31%. Pretty geared Aizen. I always say my Aizen's one of my better ones. No core stamp 2, no dupe 2 weapon, no dupes at all. I don't know. I think Szayel is very worth pulling. I don't really think the Spirit team. Here's the thing. The Spirit team exists fine if you are a whale and you already have Aizen at like B4. Or maybe you're free to play and you've just been pulling on Aizen every time he returns. That's also fair. Maybe you just pull on Aizen when he returns and you have him at B, B2, B4, B6 even. I've seen some people who are free to play, they only pull on Aizen when he returns and they got him at B6, right? We are 6 months in at this point. There is the possibility for a free to play to just get an Aizen B6. We get a lot of tickets, we get a lot of Jade, right? But if you're B0 to B2, Szayel Laporo is not a character to skip. Because even talking about like whales, it's like whales will just have every character. It doesn't mean they'll dupe every character, but they'll have every character. But for the free to plays, if you've just been pulling on Aizen only and you think that like waiting for Szayel Laporo to return at some point is in your best interest, I don't know, I would suggest maybe reeling it back on Aizen dupes and at least grabbing one of Szayel Laporo and his weapon. He feels really good. I think there's only so much you can do with scaling a character off of their own numbers, off of their own kit, off of their own, crit damage and so on and so forth. And at some point, you're going to need these characters that take those base numbers and just juice them. You know what I mean? It's really hard to ignore the juice factor of characters like Szayel. I mean, it's literally what makes characters like Urahara, like Rangiku even, by the way, like Mayuri, like Momo, we just saw that Momo, right? Like Yachiru. These characters are still these characters are useful. Some of them are SSRs, and so obviously, but the ones that are SRs are still useful because they do those things I mentioned. They take those, powerful functions, those powerful base functions, and they make them greater. It's the reason that like Kaname Tosen and Ikaku are like, useful, right? So yeah, I would really consider grabbing Szayel if you haven't. That was my showcase. I think that was the first real showcase beyond just showing rotations for him. I did want to take him into the tower. I did want it to be against something that was actually going to punch back, and as well something that is time sensitive, which leaves just Slash Tower to go. Still working on this one. I did upgrade my Kenpachi, so maybe we'll come back in here very soon and see if we can get this done as well. I'm gonna leave this one. I don't think we can do this, but maybe when it's time to do Kenpachi in a bit, we look at something like, we go back to Urahara. Yeah, we'll get in there with something. Maybe something like this. I kind of like this, but we'll have to see when that time comes. If we can break through there. Like I said, I did upgrade my Kenpachi, but that's gonna be it for this video. Don't want to ramble too much. Yeah, I've been Lone. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.